What is the chemical used in airbags? The chemical used in airbag is called sodium azide NaN3. When the car crashes, trip sensors in car send an electric signal to an igniter. The heat generated causes sodium azide to decompose into sodium metal and nitrogen gas, which inflates the car's airbag. Who wrote Two Friends short story? Deux Amis or Two Friends is a short story by the French author Guy de Maupassant. Published in 1882, the two French characters are portrayed heroically. Maupassant uses the characters as mouthpieces for alternative political views, and finally the story highlights patriotism. Who organized a march on the Tanjore to break the salt law in April 1930? The Vedaranyam March, modelled on the lines of Dandi March led by Mahatma Gandhi. C. Rajagopalachari, a close associate of Gandhi, led the march, which was organized on 12th March 1930. It began at Tiruchirappalli and proceeded for about 150 kilometers towards Vedaranyam in the then Tanjavur district. What does the term Goldilocks Zone means? The Goldilocks Zone refers to the habitable zone around a star where the temperature is just right, not too hot and not too cold, for liquid water to exist on a planet. Put in simple words, it is search for Earth-like planets in outer space. Which kingdoms were associated with the life of Buddha? The most important kingdom was Magadha, which was ruled by King Bimbisara, and later Buddha spent most of the last 20 years of his life in Kausala kingdom, and the king Pasenadi was one of his most devoted disciples. Under which 5-year plan did the government introduce an agriculture strategy which gave rise to Green Revolution? In third 5-year plan, agriculture strategy introduced led to Green Revolution. Under which model second 5-year plan was based? In 1950s, an old Russian model was Indianized by P.C. Mahalanobis, the founder of Indian Statistical Institute and a close aide of Pandit Nehru. It was based on this Mahalanobis model. Which 5-year plan gave emphasis on removal of poverty for the first time? The fifth 5-year plan, 1974 to 79, was prepared and launched by D.D. Dhar. It mainly aimed at removal of poverty, Garibi Hatao, and attainment of self-reliance. The aim was to bring larger sections of the poor masses above the poverty line by assuring minimum income of rupees 40 per person per month, calculated at 1972-73 prices. When was the Planning Commission established? After India achieved independence, a formal model of planning was adopted, and accordingly the Planning Commission, reporting directly to the Prime Minister of India, was established on 15th March 1950 with Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru as the chairman. Planning Commission is an extra constitutional and non-statutory body. When was NABARD established? NABARD is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. It is an apex development financial institution in India, headquartered at Mumbai with branches all over India. It was founded on 12th July 1982. Which government introduced the rolling plan concept in national planning? The Janata government terminated the 5th 5-year plan in 1977 and launched its own 6th 5-year plan for the period 1978 to 83 and called it a rolling plan. The meaning of the rolling plan was that every year the performance of the plan will be assessed and a new plan will be made next year based upon this assessment. Why was Omkar Goswami Committee formed? Omkar Goswami Committee was set up by the government for examining the issue of industrial sickness and corporate restructuring on April 1993. The committee submitted its report to the Ministry of Finance on July 13, 1993. When was the first industrial policy introduced? After having attained independence, the Government of India declared its first industrial policy on 6th April 1948. The Industrial Policy 1948 was presented in the Parliament by then Industry Minister Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Why was the National Renewal Fund set up? The National Renewal Fund, set up in February 1992, aims to provide a safety net to protect the workers in industrial enterprises from possible adverse consequences of the new economic policy. What does CSIR stands for? CSIR is Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute. It is in Kolkata and a research institute under Council of Scientific and Industrial Research India. It was established in 1950. It focuses on the area of glass, ceramics, mica, refractories, etc.